It's Hey guys, it's Stick Shift Studios here, reporting in for another video, but this time we're doing something different. It's really like a rant video or something like that, so I'll just say my opinions and stuff like that. Comment or like or see if you would like to see me from doing this more often about different topics. Right now, this one would be about Splatoon. Let's get into it. So, today's video is going to be about the similarities and differences and why one is loved or more hated between Splatoon 3 and Octo expansion. Let's start with the similarities. They both have like this ink or like goo that they use to control the Octarians with. And the thing is, the goo is also made out of living organisms. That's both similar before them. But a question that a lot of people will have is, what is Grizz's goo? How does it affect them? Like in Octo expansion, and a little bit is tied up in the next DLC that was for Splatoon 3, which was Side Order in Marina's Step Diary about like sanitization and stuff. I don't think it clears up that much, but it kind of gives you a lot more for, this DLC. So like, it's like the one for Octo expansion is like it removes the energy thoughts and practically brainwashes them and all that stuff. But the thing about for the one for Splatoon 3 in Battle of the mamailiens or something like that, they don't tell you how it actually affects the Octarians. They just say, yep, this is Nintendo. Yep. We're just gonna give something that's based off of the DLC, and we're not even gonna go into detail of how this one works, and just guess that it works similar to the one that in the past. That's my opinion. If you really have your opinion or on it or anything, you could just say it or anything. It would really help, so it'll clear it up and like a thing. And hopefully during sometimes I'll go back to my video and like talk about comments and stuff like that. So yeah, and another similarity is the test. But same thing is like the one with the what does it go do? It's like why or how or like why do you need to do tests in Alterna? Like for Octo expansion, it's like the test if you're worthy to get blended or you get lobotomized. But for this one, it's just like if you pass, you pass. Like here, have some golden eggs so you can progress through our thing. It's not like we're trying to hold them away from you, like, and then like they both have the AI because Orca's the AI and Tartar's the AI from the past. And another similarity is that like Tartar and Grizz are both things from the past, but then they're like, you know what? Instead of letting things be how those be, I'm just gonna be hating that person, and I'm not gonna deal with it. And then like Grizz was all like, oh yeah, this cannot stand. I need to mammalize something. The thing is he even a mammal anymore? Because the thing is, if you see in this boss fight, he goes through the rocket. Like, it's like he inks through it, like how like a squid or ink or octopus would go through their ink. It's like he doesn't have any bones, so he's trying to seek mammals so badly that he isn't a mammal anymore. And like technically, the mammalian octolings are not even mammals because they still act like they don't act, but their bodies are still like Octarian. Yeah. So now we're gonna talk about motive for the two characters. Like for Tartar, he was watching the Inklings and Octarians, and it was like, you know what? These guys are too worthless. They're gonna end each other again. So I might have to just remove the differences in the concept of the individual, and hooray, world! Like I'm not saying what he did was good, but he did have like mildly okay intentions. He just didn't want nobody to die, like the creator said, but like he kind of goofed up. Mr. Grizz, on the other hand, he just crashed out because, oh my goodness, no one of my kind, it isn't like my kind, like destroyed themselves. And like he's always trying to bring back human-like things. Don't bears kind of just eat humans or sometimes just go after them? Looks like Mr. Grizz over here is going for a snack. I'm really sorry, I will not do that again. I am actually sorry, guys. Oh my goodness. Yeah, and also similarly, they also just used to Octarians. I'm like, man, in a future game, like, and I'm not talking about Splatoon Raiders. I'm talking like like if there's going to be a Splatoon 4, I feel like they need to have a new enemy, because in the fact we don't know how much of the people, I mean, of the Octarians were, you know, fussified. Like we know that for like, we know for Octo expansion it's like 10,007, depending on who's been sanitized and like blended up, has been taken away. But for mammalians, we don't really know, and it's like a big place. It's like bigger than the metro, you know, because it was supposed to hold like a lot of humans. So hopefully that they'll expand on that and tell us like how much Octarians are gone, I guess. I don't know. I don't think the tell's gonna tell us at all. So like, that's something. But all we could just infer is that a lot of Octarians are gone and got fussified and sanitized, and that now we're gonna start on the differences. Yeah, so first difference is just, let's go off of the characters themselves and how they did it. Like, they both had a company. Wait, no, that was a similarity, but they both created a company. But the thing is, their company both did different things. Like, Grizz's company was actually like a company to like the Inklings where they actually worked at. But the difference to Tartar's company, which was just a cover-up for what he was really doing. Lobotomizing and blending Octarians into a paste. Yeah, that's something that will get your business kind of taken down. Yeah. And their goos are different because like Grizz's is like a pink, a little bit of purple with some fuzz sticking out of it, and then Tartar's is like blue, green, and yellow-ish together. And like the characters themselves is like Tartar's like an AI robot, and then like Grizz is like an actual bear, or much quick quotation marks between bear, because as I said before, that he's technically not really a bear anymore, because if you've seen during his boss fight, he just like squid forms through them all. I'm not gonna say squid form, but he just like inks through it, and like that's kind of weird, not gonna lie. Another difference is that for his goo, Grizz's goo, he uses the salmon eggs instead of Tartar, which has to, you know, kidnap, lobotomize, and, you know, blend the Octarians. Yeah. Whew. Yeah, but don't look to me for more facts on, like, Octo expansion. Yeah, at least this is just, the stuff I'm saying over here is just based off of the dome. I'm doing this, like, one take for most of these. So, like, some of this might not be, like, if you guys want me to do, like, another video, like, you could just, like, shout me up to some people that have some stuff. I don't want to repeat stuff, but I just want to take my own spin on it and, like, theories and stuff like that. So, yeah, let's get to it again. Yeah. And Grizz, instead of, like, kidnapping them and playing, like, hey, guys, you want to go to the promised land? And tricking them until they get lobotomized or blended up like Tartar, he just straight up kidnapped them. I bet. Like, we don't really, Nintendo doesn't really tell us that he kidnaps them, but like Larry, who's literally gonna get lobotomized or like taken away? It's not like there's like a person that's like, you know, a fish that's dead. Their name, you know, dead fish. But yeah, like no one physically like was willing to do that for Grizz's, or like was in there like doing some test stuff. And another like difference is like the reason why Tartar's test chambers have like squid, like the stuff that the squids use and like squid materials and operation stuff, is that because he's doing that for like the test of the Octarians and stuff to see if they're worthy to get blended or like they're unworthy and they have to get lobotomized. But for Grizz, he just has them there. That's kind of weird. Alright, so now we're gonna go into why one is more liked and one is more hated. Yeah. One reason why people like Octo expansion more than, you know, Mammalians. I forgot the name of the thing. Oh, sorry guys. I might edit it out. Maybe, if my editor allows it. Okay, so like for Battle of the Mammalians, which I think it's called, they don't really go into that story element like how Octo expansion does. People don't really like of how it's the gameplay wise as well. Like the stories, I guess, like, Tartar kinda has a valid reason to crash out. I don't really know. Like I already said, like, motivations. Grizz really just does it for the love of the game. And I feel like some people that I have watched that have talked about this have, like, not like, or just talked about the Battle of the Mamailiens in general. I talked about, like, Grizz has just did this for, like, the fun of the game. Like, Tartar was alright, like, you know what? I'm gonna do my job, but, like, Grizz just landed right near Ingopolis, which I heard from a lore video. Yeah, I'll mention where the lore video I watched it from at the end of the video, because, you know, I just want to get some of the sources I learned from this stuff, because I watch a lot of Splatoon lore videos. So, like, when I say this is on the dome, it's just, like, on the dome what I remember from what I watched. I'm a very big Splatoon enthusiast. Yes. And also, in Grizz's campaign, which I'm gonna call because I don't ever freaking remember, like, there's a lot of questions that will remain unanswered in, like, I don't even know if they'll get answered in, like, the later game of Splatoon 4, but since past one, I think it's very unlikely. You might have to find some external sources or some other things for that. In Octo expansion, however, like, some things weren't stated in the same DLC, but in side order there was some, like, patching holes in, like, sanitization products and stuff like that. But if you were to, in the first place where people heard about sanitization was, like, I think in interviews, but I feel like you should take the game more importance than the interviews, because the game is, like, I would feel like more, like, hashed into it, because, like, they don't really know what they're talking about before they do it. Like, in the like, when they're doing it, they're like, yeah, lock in, start cooking. So, like, I feel like you should just take the game for something. That's why I don't really hate Cider, but I say it was, like, the only thing I really care about is the information. It's just very repetitive. I don't even know. Guys, leave a comment if I should, you know, do, like, a side order video or something, like, between the Octo expansion and side order or something, or just side order itself. I don't even know. But anyway. That's all for now, I guess I could say. I mean, like, this is very unscripted. Next time I would be doing this with a script, because doing this unscripted, I could barely even understand what I'm saying, and I can't repeat myself and all that stuff. Well, anyway, just comment down below, like I said, what would you like to see from me next, if I would like to get me to talk about other things, as, like, other games and stuff like that, or stuff like that, you know. But I only do things that I like, so I'll be like, okay, is this guy saying what he wants to say? Or, like, I'll do it. So, yeah, it's 6 Studios, and, you know, peace.